ones. And this is how they line up this afternoon, 3-4-3 formation. Look out for the front three of 10, 18, and 25. Psycho, Jean-Philippe, Augustine, and Albert. And Tahiti have made 4 changes from the team. Now, they've been consistent with the changes that I've noticed. And they have benched Colombani, but they've got enough firepower up front. Cadusto and Tituan, Gillamant, Hutia, Segui, and Jenny. Will be there for Boschier, the goalkeeper, who's based out of from France, is back. He's starting, and they've got a 4-2-3-1. Hutia up front. Gillamant to watch out for. Satish, you've called Caledonia quite a lot in this tournament. Tahiti as well, a couple of games. What will be the difference if one of these teams wants to outdo the other?
I'm surprised that Colombani, who has got 2 goals, nearly 15 years of age, has been a very good player as far as Tahiti is concerned. But he's been put on the bench. The coach knows best, and he's done that. I think they might miss out in that area. But they've got Tituan Gilama, who's got 4 goals in the championship so far. He's up there. And Vatea Segui and Thibaut Jenny gets to start today for Tahiti. Caledonia, I think, slightly tactically better than Tahiti, but then it's all about turning up on the day and performing on the day.
Definitely, and head-to-head, we're looking at it. 3 games they've played at this level in the Under-17 Championship. Head-to-head, Caledonia has never beaten Tahiti in the Under-17 OFC Championships. 1 draw and 2 wins to Caledonia in the past. Will that change? We will know after 90 minutes or a little bit more than that, should it go into extra time, as the 2 teams make their way out. Small numbers in the stands, already expecting a bigger turnout this afternoon or this evening when Fiji plays New Zealand. What a game that will be. But this is the one many predicted, as Satish mentioned, that it's going to be Caledonia and Tahiti in the semi-final. And one of these 2 teams definitely will be in the plane to Peru later this year for the Under-17 or FIFA Under-17 World Cup. Will it be Tahiti or will it be Caledonia as we get ready for the national anthems? Well, that's emotions. The two teams, of course, ready to take on each other and do battle. The spot to Peru. It's a hot afternoon in Suva, 72% humidity. So that is going to be a factor in play later on. As the afternoon, the heat hopefully subsides, and these two teams are able to bring out the best in them, as we've seen in the pool stages. The exchange of pleasantries, and those are the match officials for us today. New Zealand's Kelvin Berg gets the nod for this one to lead the quartet. Gareth Sheenan from New Zealand and Sese from Vanuatu are the two assistant referees. Kavitesh Bihari from Fiji is the fourth official. So there is a confirmation of the quartet that will be leading the charge today. Satish, we are also paying tribute. We'll be shortly observing a minute of silence for the great man of football. Every time we talk about football, you cannot go without mentioning the name Pele.
Absolutely. And what a loss as far as the football world goes. Just a few days ago, I watched a documentary on Pele, and those memories will linger on for years to come. For the younger generation who never got to watch what he did on the field, you know, those YouTube videos all over that you can find, you know, that's what's left as far as memories of that great player, that Brazilian Pele. And rightfully, we'll have some a minute silence here before the semi-final clash, and that will take place soon.
Definitely well put into words by Satish. What a man, what a talent. And there's been no one dubbed as the best ever by FIFA. He was mesmerizing. He's just his skill level. We get ready. We'll take a moment of silence in remembrance, as I mentioned, of the great man, the great footballer, Mr. Football, the late king of football, Pele.
OFC is deeply saddened by the passing of Pele, whose status as one of the game's all-time greats is unquestionable. The only player to win the FIFA World Cup 3 times, and the player who quite simply transcended football from just a sport to a global phenomenon during the period of black and white TV to the transitional period to color TV. Pele played a vital role in the growth of football to what it is today, including in the countries of Oceania. Everyone connected with football in Oceania joins the wider football family, celebrating Pele's life, career, and legacy.
That great man, that smile, we can never forget in the world of football, in the world of sport. And no better inspiration than to, pay tribute to that great man before our youngsters get this one underway, Satish.
Well, it's all about this young generation now. It's for a place in the FIFA Under-17 World Cup final in Peru. And first up, New Caledonia to face Tahiti. 1 out of 2. will be first to celebrate, will be first to book their place in the Under-17 World Cup from the Oceania region. Formalities done, and we're set to go.
And we get going. As Satish said, one team at the end of 90, or perhaps at a time, if it comes to that, will know if they are on the plane to Peru or should they have to wait for the next playoffs. And these two teams in pool stages have been phenomenal. Watch them play. New Caledonia, the great game against New Zealand in Bar. Get an early chance and a cross. But the goalkeeper, for sure, who plays in Paris 30 Atletico in France, one of the French-born players in this Tahitian starting 11. The other, Guillemont and Jenny. As I said, it's a hot Suva day. The two teams after this will be delighted that they're not playing in this hot and humid weather. In the meantime, New Caledonia and Tahiti get things going. OFC Under-17 Championship, semi-final 1. And a high press. We're talking to the technical group people earlier on. There's a lot of high press, the way New Caledonia plays its football. You know, the pressurized football in modern day and modern era, where that brings about control in the game. They don't sit back and defend. And again, New Caledonia, early possession. Again, second take from Bashir in the succession. So already they're using those flanks to try and get the main man up front. Albert, Jean-Philippe and Saiko.
New Caledonia with their captain Nasseline in the middle. He is the engineer of this attack force for New Caledonia. The other thing that will affect the two teams will be the weather. Reading 31 degrees, but it feels like 36, 37 degrees out there. So that's something that will certainly be of a worry later on in the game.
Again, New Caledonia get the ball back. Tahiti has been left defending in this opening 3 as we head into the 3rd minute. Once again, New Caledonia will launch. Coming for a foul, nothing even. Calvin Berg says it's all good, play on. As you mentioned, Joseph Nasseline, the skipper for New Caledonia, he has been phenomenal. And the other player that really impressed, which you know and have been calling this, is Gregory Dicko, out from the left defensive position, who's been going on those overlap runs, Satish.
Certainly, New Caledonia used the flanks very well. And Dicko is one man who, from that game against New Zealand, we saw him there first. He came out very strong against them with the central defender, Wadria Kanye, another exceptional talent as far as the defense work is concerned. But New Caledonia worked those flanks very well. Tahiti will have to watch out for that, otherwise they'll be punished.
Great insight as we here at the HFC Bank Stadium in Suva, Fiji Islands. Game 1, semi-final, Under-17 OFC Championship 2023. It's been all New Caledonia. The ball hasn't actually headed into their territory so far because they've been putting the pressure on Tahiti earlier on. And again, they'll set it. Etienne tries to get it in, cleared away by Tahiti. They played all the way back to their goalkeeper, Claude Thionian. Into the Tahitian territory. Getting it out. Much pressure, but Levy. New Caledonia get their first foray into the Tahitian territory, or rather, Tahiti get their first foray into the New Caledonian territory. And a lot of interest in these two French-speaking nations who have improve the level of football. So this, you've called numerous Pacific games, you've been at numerous Pacific football encounters, and these two teams from age group to senior level have only been on the up.
Certainly, the development work says a lot. The French influence really shows out as far as the Francophone countries are concerned of New Caledonia and Tahiti. New Caledonia, the last time they were in the final of the OFC Under-17 Championship in 2017 when they lost to New Zealand in that final. But they've been in, they've finished in second place 3 times since 2003. So they'll be looking to go one better this time. But if you look at Tahiti, they have been quite successful as far as this age grade level goes. They've finished in second place 4 times since 2007. They finished third in 2018 when the last championship was held. They played the last final in 2016. Only were edged by New Zealand 5-4 in a penalty shootout. So Tahiti will be looking to also get that a step up over New Caledonia. It's all to play for. And both New Caledonia and Tahiti, they've come out early. It's like 2 boxers jabbing at each other. New Caledonia had the upper hand for the first couple of minutes, but Tahiti has certainly come back. They've pushed up a little bit, and that's what saw them get deeper into the New Caledonian territory.
Another good ball is going to be collected. No, it's not Bashir. We'll get this going with the goal kick. But of course, New Caledonia and Tahiti, they've always, when they've met at this level or any level of any sport, particular football, they've not given each other much of a chance to outdo and get an early goal. Just looking at some of the history between these 2 teams, they have been, well, they've gone toe to toe, as in boxing terms, that these described, not giving any issue. And there's already, planning what's coming up ahead. There's one fan out on the embankment in this hot sun. That's a brave person. It's all for the love of football in Oceania. Try to quickly take it, doesn't happen. Another, Calvin Berg, the man has been impressive in this tournament, the referee, Calvin Berg from New Zealand. I like the Caledonian coach, Lopez, his style. He's always on his knees right throughout the 90. He even was on his knees when we tried to interview him the other night after the quarterfinals, had to get up quickly. So animation there. You see that a lot in English football, animation. We've got to see it here, but in the meantime, as mentioned, Tahiti back slowly, have sustained early pressure and now putting a string of passes together, carried away by New Caledonia. Again, great space there, Psycho with some chance here. This is a chance number 1, no. Again, just that control, but still in the penalty area, cleared away by Tahiti eventually. That flanks we've been talking about is going to be the danger for New Caledonia tonight or this afternoon to try and counter. Psycho has been impressive with those runs. Should have been finished off from the position that the player up front was. I think it was Levy, if I'm not mistaken.
Wonderful work. Look at the touch from Johnny Psycho. He's fast and he's got good control, great vision. Laid it in a field that time, and that time it was Jean-Philippe Augustin who should have tucked that away and given New Caledonia the dream start that they've been looking for.
Yeah, Jean-Philippe Augustin the other day was on the score sheet. That just the control letting him down, but again the flanks. New Caledonia. Will they get a second chance? Will come back to haunt them? All these questions start going through the coach's minds, through the players. That's their Colombani on the bench, thinking if he'll get a chance today to impress. He's been impressive in this tournament. Caledonia, Albert is down, and so is his coach on the knees, looking at perhaps a very ground level view there, trying to figure out what to do, what more to do, and get his boys going. Oceania football, these teams have all shown great improvement in age group football. Remember, New Zealand has been champions all along since Australia left the Confederation. This time, Tahiti. They look for space. They get some. They create some space on this right flank. Guillemot, the impressive Guillemot. Another French-born player plays for Stefana. This cross wasn't met by any of his Tahitian teammates, but they come back. Free kick called by Calvin Berg. Foul on the New Caledonian player, Albert. Plays for Hinian.
Nothing much in there, but just getting in the way of the player, and free kick coming.
Again, New Caledonia just getting those balls in the dangerous area of the penalty area. Bashir hasn't been tested, but one of these, if it continues, could pay dividends soon for New Caledonia, because they have found those spaces that they require to set up play. This time looked like a fair challenge. The referee says no. It was a bit tough. Tamari from Tahiti, so he gets a free kick. The Caledonian player down. Again, it is Etienne this time.
New Caledonia, this is the foul, but it was New Caledonia that put that ball over the defense that had the Tahitian goalmouth under pressure, but just couldn't get the touch well. That final touch needed to be solid. But then again, New Caledonia, wonderful play. They saw that the defense was up and floated the ball over the defense. Great work.
Yeah, we were talking about this in one of the quarterfinal games the other night, Saturday I think it was, where that over the top, the ball over the top paid dividends for the bigger teams. So you got to read the forward line, the strikers up front, got to come perfectly from the midfield, from the wing backs. Meantime, Tahiti trying to create something in the Caledonian penalty area. Now the skipper is back there. Joseph Nesselin from AS Lossi. He gets it away. New Caledonian player down on the pitch. Doesn't look very comfortable, doesn't look happy. Tahiti continue to play on. Tahiti getting into the penalty area, cleared away. Waiting for it. Some fancy footwork shown there by the Tahitians, but New Caledonia needs to play his back on his feet, so they get going again. Beautiful football. Again, Psycho. This time dispossessed. Jenny it was. Zeta from Paita Club got it away. Again, good through ball. Just to get it away was the skipper at the back. It's Moana. And that's a foul. Tia all the way back, committing that infringement. Gives a chance to New Caledonia to launch another attack.
It's Albert, who's been a thorn in for many teams, has got 2 goals to his name, and that time showed some good footwork. Tahitian defense cut him off early before any trouble came on them.
A lot of camera shots on Colombani, but he's on the bench, he can't do much. In the meantime, Albert and Levy are trying to architect a move that brings in dividends for this New Caledonian side in this domination, well, early domination in this match. Levy leaves it. Albert, good ball, goal number 1. That was a planned move. The goalkeeper perhaps could have done better, but Albert didn't go straight in. We'll watch it in the replay, but that's what has happened. New Caledonia 1, Tahiti 0.
Tahitian defense stunned. They went to sleep for just that one moment. Nolan, Albert, Levy, and Albert curled that well. No one touched that. And in front of the goalkeeper, he should have got that. But he would argue that his vision was blocked by the 2 New Caledonian boys in front. The flag stayed down, all good. And the Tahitian defense stunned Nolan Albert. Perfect delivery from the set-piece free kick. And that gives New Caledonia a dream start in this semi-final clash.
Oh, dreams. These kids are dreaming about Peru, I'm pretty sure. And when that goal went in, the celebrations told us the story. Albert, who has been brilliant. We watched him in the quarterfinals. Such an outstanding performance. He took the captain's armband and he won the man of the match or player of the match in that game against Samoa. That will be a replay that the Tahitian coach will not want to have a look at, as New Caledonia launch a direct free kick, trying to test Boucher. As I said, Boucher, who plays out of France, French-born player, should have perhaps done better. The defense, of course, should have done better. There's no one on the line, no one fell back, and the ball just bounced, and the two Nickeldonian players were just there to distract it, to see the ball take its path, its own course into the Tahitian goalmouth. Nickelodonia again putting pressure, 1-0 into the 16th minute. Coach is happy, you can see from the applause bottom of his screen, and it is absolutely great. One bounce, two bounce, under Bosher, no touch, straight in, 1-0. So, what has Tahiti got up its sleeve? Can they come back? If any team can, it is Tahiti. We've seen them. They've got some good firepower on the bench for later on when required. But in the meantime, they need to create something. They really haven't created much. They haven't tested Caledonia in the Nickeldonian goal, who's had an easy afternoon. The breeze from the seaward side is keeping him cool in this hot weather. And the failure by Tahiti to test him is even making it cooler. It's a totally different ball game on the other side of the field, whereby Tahiti, continuous pressure from these impressive New Caledonians. And one of them being Albert. Look at him. He turns away from two players this time, loses possession, doesn't give up. Gets fouled, draws a foul. He lost the ball, went back, drew a foul. Shows his guts and shows his skill level. Albert. Quickly taken, didn't find its mark. Gets it back. The high press and the pressing football that I mentioned earlier on is exactly what is giving possession to Nickelodonia. That pressure forcing Tahiti to lose possession many a times. Remember, two teams after tonight, yes, they will qualify for the final, but more importantly, they would have booked their ticket to Peru for the FIFA Under-17 World Cup in November. Again, Nickelodonia finds some space. That final ball doesn't work. But still, Upa. First time this afternoon we've seen him. Upa draws a throw-in. He had a great game, one of those players. And there you see some movement on the bench. Colombani. Satish mentioned it correctly. He was surprised that Colombani was benched this afternoon. Perhaps, just perhaps, we will see him way earlier than the Tahitian bench anticipated. Again, Nickelodonia get a chance in the penalty area, cleared away. Drive from range, tapped over. But Bosher had to be alert that time. Left foot drive that tested Bosher from range, from distance. Good shot.
What I like about this New Caledonian side is that they've got a goal and they are looking for opportunities. Gregory Deco, what a shot. Mark that name because we'll see him more of as far as football goes in the Oceania region. The pressure that New Caledonia is applying on the Tahitian goalmouth is great. They've got a goal, but they haven't taken the foot off the pedal.
Corner delivered. Near post, headed away by the defender, Gregory Deco. The left defender with that shot earlier on, testing Bosher, who had to be alert to keep the score at 1-0. Etienne leaves it. Deco, that's the man we're talking about in your picture now. About to launch another attack via throw-in. Tahiti just doing enough to keep the ball at bay. This time they get some space created up front. What can they do? This is their main man, Gillamont, but he's outnumbered. There's 2-3 Tahitian, but he doesn't give up, and that's what you call that he can create anything. He was looking for forehand, and the goalkeeper had to be alert. That's the man to look out for, Gillamont. Tituan Gillamont. That time outnumbered, but still managed to get the ball in the area.
Tituan Gillamont, 2 goals against Tonga in the quarterfinal, and that's what Tahiti needs to do. They need to go after every possession that they get up front, and boy, New Caledonia, on the other hand, nearly getting it through. But like I was saying, it's Tahiti. They need to live for those moments. They need to chase every loose ball that comes their way. But on the other hand, their defense also needs to be awake. And New Caledonia, they're taking any chance that they get, and they're firing at the Tahitian goal.
Jean-Philippe. That time saw Boshu off his line. Boshu's not having a comfortable game from his standards of what we've seen him in this tournament again. New Caledonia. The skipper stepping in. Not for long. Another wave of the New Caledonian attack is ahead of us. Set it up. The 32nd minute we head into this game. The time's flown by. Perhaps by the domination of New Caledonia. With that 1-0 lead in this first half. Battle of the Francophone teams. Tahiti can't seem to get it away from the half. They finally do. And below, he turns away. He finds his man of Gillamont. Gillamant's back click straight to the New Caledonians. Levy turns away, looks for his options. Still Levy. There's a New Caledonian player down, so they'll kick it out. It is Dorian Etienne will receive attention. It's taken. Yep. Hot Suva afternoon, as I've said. It's not easy to be out there. We're lucky to be in the comfort of the commentary box, but these youngsters are putting up a show, at least for New Caledonia so far, with that 1 goal that they have got. The road to Peru now coming into sight for New Caledonia with that goal, but still a long way to go in this game. Later on, remember, it's Fiji, the home team, taking on New Zealand for that second spot. Looks like he pulled something. Yes, he did. Looks like he'll be coming off. Touch on the... Touched his calf, is off the ball. Yeah, it's been attended to. On the left midfield. He will be replaced as Tahiti or New Caledonia decide who to bring on in place of him. In the meantime, New Caledonia ready to launch another attack. This time they go straight through and ball. Wiako will come in. Kylian Wiako. And we also have been told that the goal has been actually credited to Gregory Deco. They say he got the final touch, so we leave it at that. Gregory Deco in the 14th minute. Looked like no touch, but That's what we've been told in the commentary box. We back Caledonia to get us going as they wait for the substitution to take place.
Substitution for New Caledonia. Player number 22, Dorian Etienne, replaced by player number 24,
Kylian Wiako. He gets his chance early in this game. Unfortunate injury to Etienne. It's in the 25th minute. And Colombani, is just looking at him, you can see on top of your screen, he's warming behind the New Caledonian goal mouth. So we might see him, but in the meantime, here's a chance for Ray. Bundled out, possession gained by New Caledonia. Once again, they thump it upfield, no one's there. It's all the white jerseys. 5 of them were there actually, tightening the defense. And now ready to launch attack. What options do they have? They have Tutuan Gilliman. This touch. Of course, New Caledonia would have worked out a plan to keep this man at bay. We are called that time. It's the new man. Maximus. Sting's gone out of this game because of the heat, I believe. But early pressure from this man in his team, New Caledonia, Leonardo Lopez. He'll be happy with the result, but both teams now much slower than what we saw in the first 20-odd minutes of this game. It's a very hot Suva afternoon. Again, New Caledonia, this time, getting spaced. Tahiti, well, the clearance even not working for them at the moment, and they thump another long ball onto that left flank, trying to get something going. Looks like, oh, well, that play, another Tahitian player has gone down this time, without any pressure put upon him. And that's the man, Colombani. He's about to come on for Tahiti. And he'll be replacing the man up front, Dylan Hutia.
Substitution for Tahiti. Player number 12, Dylan Hutia, replaced by player number 10, Tahiti.
There's an early change that's happened for Tahiti. So, Dylan Hutia is off. Looks like he's the one who's injured on that far side. To get things going. Satish, you mentioned it, it's very hot outside, and it feels like, of course, having its toll on these players, and they sort of have dropped off that high tempo game that they started playing when we saw this game get underway at 4.
Well, New Caledonia certainly had the right ploy. They came off the blocks fast and quickly put a lot of pressure on the Tahiti goalmouth, and they were rewarded with that set-piece free kick with a goal which was perfectly delivered by Nolhan Albaid and claimed with that slightest of touch at the end of it by Gregory Deco. And New Caledonia, I think the ploy has certainly paid out for them. They're now sitting in the middle, just holding on. Let's see if they can...
chance! Definitely, as said, we're talking about this man, Tutuan Gilliman. He beat 3 Tahitian players, or at least the New Caledonian defenders rather. The ball over the top, and Gilliman, against all odds, has leveled it up. 1-1.
Well, I think the New Caledonians, they were lined up. That's a long ball. And I think the Tahitian was just a little ahead, but was allowed to carry on. And New Caledonia will argue that. But it was a high ball over the top. You can see it cleanly over there. The Tahitian just a wee bit in front over there. Guillemot, he played to the whistle. And that is what every player should do. The goal has been given. Tahiti, Tituan Guillemot. It's all square now as they go for the cooling break. And, well, the heat is on. It's a spicy semi-final. 1 goal each already. And Tahiti, boy, they turned the defense into attack. And they come out with big profit.
Well, as the cooling break has come just at the right time for at least Tahiti, who just got that goal against the run of play. Over the top. Playing to the whistle, Tituan Guillemot, born in France, plays for Tefana in the French league. The youngster has leveled it up. New Caledonia will be disappointed heading to the last 15 or so minutes of this first half. Great ball over the top. 3 defenders. That man, Tituan Guillemot, he orchestrated that big win in the quarterfinal against Samoa, scored a couple of goals himself, and now has got another. Matter of days is New Caledonia to get things going from the halfway mark. Remember, it is a goal. Very disappointed Dylan Hutia there on the bench. He's the one who's been replaced by Colombani.
Tituan Guillemot, now 5 goals for him. So he's the top goal scorer, sharing that space with New Zealand's Luke Sepik.
So the race for the Golden Boot at the end of this tournament is totally and definitely heating up. Looks like it will take more than what New Caledonia has thrown to keep Tahiti at bay, because they've got individual brilliance within this Tahitian team that can get their side back in the game, and we saw that exactly by Tituan Guillemot. Maybe perhaps they'll talk about getting Segui and one below before they're more into the game. Haven't heard much of them. Colombani is on now. He'll try from range whenever he gets a chance. Nestlin needs to step up, and the skipper for New Caledonia needs to take charge and rally his troops. Still a long way to go in this game. New Caledonia trying to get the possession back. It's Tahiti. Another ball over the top. Guillemot. That time not hitting the target, or meeting the target, as you saw Claude Tionian off his line. That man didn't have much to do until he faced this man who scored the equalizer. I think it was the 3 defenders, Henia, Zeta, and Diko, or it was Waeko, who were outplayed by Guillemot that time. As we get back to the action in the middle, Albert, you foul, free kick. Albert been spoken to by referee. Calvin Berg. Segui, Colomiers club in France. That's where he's based. He's all right. New Caledonia to defend more as Tahiti try to launch another attack. 35th minute of play in the first spell of this first OFC U-17 Championship semi-final 2023. Moana, the skipper, trying to look for his brigade, nothing working, but Tahiti, we know how they also like to play on the flanks with Gillamant and Foray. Replacement of Aiko was there, get it out. Good ball, just the reading not there between the two Tahitian players. Caledonia get it away. Tahiti put pressure on them. Segui loses possession, comes in with a wild flying challenge. Albert it was. Caledonia. The Tahitian bench. Stressful times as Caledonia come in, trying to get things going. Albert is involved in the middle of things. No surprises there. He gets a throw in for his nation. The benches, they can't do much apart from looking on and contemplating. Nasseline with the throw in the area. Caledonia get a corner kick. Looks like Albert has gone across to deliver. There's fans in the stands for Caledonia. A couple of Fijian fans already in as well as Albert gets ready to deliver this corner kick, rather set piece into the area. Comes in. Oshua punches it away. Again, trying to loop the header. There's Caledonia. Gregory Dico. Didn't work. Caledonia. Away, Jean-Philippe. Had a slight sniff of things to come in the area. Didn't work. Caledonia lose another opportunity to perhaps test for sure. Just the goal scorer, the element. Again, good through ball. Can Caledonia do? Chance here. Oh, just getting a touch there was for sure. Psycho. Almost getting that second goal for Caledonia. Again, they refuse to go away. Anthony Levy gets it to the replacement. Beako commits a foul.
Great piece of football that time. You have to give it to Jean-Yves Psycho. Worked that well, Jean-Philippe. Look at Psycho. Had the right intentions, trying to place it to the far post. Goalkeeper. Well, he stood his ground and he knew he was well placed to put a palm to that. So great piece of football by both players involved. And then right at the end of this, injury for the Tahitian player, Cadisto.
Yeah, so they get going again. Still down is Cadisto. Tahiti, for sure. Colombani loses possession. Oh, referee says no. 10 on 10 that time. Again, the goalkeeper out in no man's land, almost causing a heartache for his team. Tahiti cleared it out. That man, Broad, hasn't had much to do, but that time he almost gave away possession to Tahiti in attacking third.
Off the camera, Leonardo Lopez certainly grilling the fourth official. Unhappy with that call.
Yeah, Caledonia. Albert is taken away from him by Tahiti in defense. Spaxinas. Gregory Diko, the goal scorer, coming in and throw into the penalty area. Not too many numbers there, just enough for Caledonia. More white shirts. Again, what can this man do, Gilliman? They'll try and put pressure on the Tahitians, on the Nickeldonians rather, the Tahitians. But good work in defense by Zeta. Swept it well. And now Nickelodonia to Psycho. Psycho turns away. Still going, Psycho. Still going. And he gets brought down. It's a free kick. Handy position. This man has got some skills on him.
That fast ball moved by Nickelodonia on the right flank. Nearly paid dividends for them. Quick work. And then Psycho, crafty with the touches. Left, right, left again, and then tried to race away from the defender. Earns a free kick. And now New Caledonia. Let's see what Anthony Levy has got to do.
Anthony Levy in front of him. He's got Jenny and Foray as the defense wall. Try and bend it. Comes in. Boucher comes in, taps it away. The captain, Nasseline, is there. Nasseline, the idea was there. He saw Boucher move up. Nasseline, but just the direction, not coming for the skipper.
Earlier piece of play just before this shot. Certainly no trouble to the keeper, but earlier than this, it was the keeper who came out, had his eyes on the ball, and he did the right thing. That's what a good goalkeeper does. And that certainly saved Tahiti on that occasion.
That's the ones that he just spoke about. Done well by Boucher, the experience of playing in France. This time, Henier, a believer for Nickelodonia. 1-3 Henier. Direct approach taken again, headed by Tahiti. Nickelodonia with possession. Fancy kick in the penalty area. Doesn't work. It's all Nickelodonia for the moment. Zeta. Flag goes up. We head into the last minute of regulation time. Just the foul that's drawn. Free kick to Tahiti. 3 minutes of added time minimum in this first half.
3 minutes of added time.
These two teams will be looking forward to the break. Hot sun, hot super weather, great weather for everything. This time sneaking away was Caledonia, Jean-Philippe. Just coming in time was the skipper to take it away off him. Again, just sneaking through was Jean-Philippe. A little bit of hesitancy there from the defense.
Now that's the Tahitian defense. They had numbers, but Jean-Philippe has been working hard this afternoon for New Caledonia, just not able to find that space in defense. But some great touches by him in this first half.
To the dying moments of this first half into added time. Calvin Berg says, let's get going, guys. Don't have too much time left in the first semi-final of the OFC and the 17 championships. Not in the first half, at least, in Caledonia. Not much seen of Colombani since he came on. Cycle was possession, Caledonia get it out. They're launching it up front, looking for the goal scorer, Gilliman. Covering was Gregory Deco. Leani Golan looks on. Gilliman. Colombani gets a chance. Correa still tussling. Good defending there at the back by Caledonia. Colombani draws a foul. Tahiti, perhaps the last action that we'll see before the first half comes to an end. Sigui is there. Sigui delivers into the area. Almost getting his skipper, Hiti-Moana. But as Hiti-Moana fails to meet the ball, referee Calvin Berg says we've seen enough. As of half-time, and at half-time, it's Caledonia 1, Tahiti 1. this should have been finished off by Jean-Philippe, but Tahiti somehow managed to clear it away. And then this free kick delivered. Just that one bounce, two bounce, has been credited to Gregory Deco. The delivery by Albert. He's saying that touch there from Deco went past Boucher. At that point in time, it looked like Caledonia were going to run away with it, but you never can when you've got this man around. Tutuan Gilliman there, he managed to put pressure that was earlier on. And then Hitimoana, the skipper, ball over the top, one bounce, back-headed by Hanian, and Gilliman finishing it off. That's the flick, headed it right to Gilliman, backhead, and a right foot over the top of goalkeeper Claude Tinioen. 1-1, and that's how we stand. Celebrations all around in the ball, in the area, but this is one chance that Caledonia had. Good save by Boucher because Psycho was through and denied Psycho a goal and Caledonia a goal. With an interesting first half. 7 shots on target by Caledonia, 9 fouls committed, total of 15 fouls. No cards to tell you about as we head and get ready for the second spell. So, will we get a winner in the next 45? Or do the teams have to go in for the dreaded extra time and penalty kicks, etc., that comes with it? In the meantime, they'll be satisfied. Well, at least Tahiti will be the more satisfactory side out of the two because they got that goal after sustaining a lot of pressure from Caledonia, which is about to get us going again for another 45 minutes. And there you go. 1-1, Caledonia Tahiti, second spell. Looked like game of Psycho's end. Referee said it's all okay. Tahiti try and look for someone up front. They found Gullement. Or one Balau at least rather. What a kick.
It's all about keeping your composure in the second half. It's all about sticking to the game plan. All about all ears and execution of what the coaches have said. Lopez for Caledonia and Rayari for Tahiti at the halftime break. And for the players to execute that. The depth on the bench will certainly matter in the last quarter of this one. It's Tahiti that have picked up the pace early in the second half, and they've got their set-piece corner with the early pressure on the Caledonian goal mouth.
Yeah, that was Sigui that's down at the moment, based out of France from Colomiers club. So there's a bit of concern about one of the key players is the skipper, Hitimoana, looks on, and so does Cadusto. The bench looks on, so one or two of those players we might see a bit later on. In the meantime, Tahiti is going to put some pressure on the Caledonian goal mouth with the set-piece corner, but they've got, as I speak, one player in the penalty area, Tutuan Gilliman, to deliver. Now the Tahitians make the run into the area. Gilliman says, wait, hold on, the ball's moved, I need to get it back to where it was. Because that's my way of taking the corner, so he gets the second bite at it. See all the Caledonians back, he delivers. Not a good one, that was always going to be, but the drive going to come through. Oh, not too far off. Not too far off, believe me. That was Foray. He's got a good left foot on him. We've seen him in a few other games. Just doing that left foot drive.
Good connection with the shot that time. Just needed to keep that ball a little lower. It flew a little bit high that time. But I tell you what, it's Tahiti that have made a very good start to this game in the second half.
Absolutely agree. Tahiti, the better of the two teams. A lot of talk must have gone in at halftime as Hitimoana The skipper gets it going. There's no one there. Claude will come out, lets it go, goal kick. Remember, the winner of this game gets a ticket to the FIFA World Cup in Peru. And the 17 FIFA World Cup in Peru in November. The loser will have to go back and, well, they'll have one more game to play, but the dream will be over for many of these players. Here's Caledonia. Psycho. Itimoana and Psycho battling, but Psycho taking down Itimoana. Karen Sheenan picks it up. So Tahiti get going. High press coming up. They put pressure on the goalkeeper. Doesn't work. They get going, Tahiti. Miscued. Caledonia. No one there. Shot up by Jenny. Another of those French-born players in this Tahitian side. This could spell danger. Caledonia finds some space. Psycho. Trying up front to look for Alabert. Didn't work. Rather, he's looking for Jean-Philippe, who had made a run. Goal scorer, Gilliman, gets a throw in. A little bit of a crowd building up here in the grandstands, particularly maybe for the next one, Fiji versus New Zealand. 7 p.m. local time kickoff. And they get to watch this first semi-final. So, this time Colombani gets taken down. Tahiti quickly take it. Take a space on that right flank for Tahiti. Oh, done well. Excellent work by Waiko. Tahiti maintaining pressure on this Caledonian side in the second half, as we mentioned. It's still 1-1 into the 51st minute. Vaxinas. Cleared away by Caledonia into the middle of the pitch. Who's there? Colombani trying to get something going, not working. Lean gets it away, but Caledonia will have to sustain more pressure because Tahiti is going to come back. Jenny. Willerman tries to find back Jenny. Albert clears it out. Falls back into the defensive area to assist his team. Jenny. Another Caledonian, well, rather Tahitian throw-in coming up deep in the Caledonian territory. As the benches look on. Jenny tries to get something going. It looks like a tight defense to break. At the moment, it's doing enough to get it away. Tahiti will most probably have to look at different ways of breaking this Caledonian defense, which looks solid. Tahitian coach looks on. Alan. Play is centered around the same place on the pitch for the last couple of minutes. Cycle. Paul trying to find Waiko. Waiko closed down by Gilliman, who does exceptionally well, comes back to help in defense, and Tahiti gather possession once again. What can they do? They'll dump a long ball up front for someone to chase. There's no one there from the wide jumpers. Tahitian bench barking out orders and instructions. There's Zeta. Upa. Good turn away by Upa. Then he finds Saiko. He's got acres of space. Saiko. Oh, referee says no, play on. Not happy, the Caledonian bench. Tahiti bring it away. Colombani. The opposing 10, Albert, is back.
Wonderful piece of play by New Caledonia on that right flank, on the near touchline side. Great work. And before Saiko, they had worked that right flank well. That was the final pass. Just a little bit tough on the challenge.
You got to use your bench wisely as well, Satish, particularly with having started at 4 p.m. local time. And a lot of these young kids, or the kids at this age level, are not used to playing extra time, and perhaps penalty kicks should it be required. There's another ball over the top. It's Moana again. He gets fouled. Saiko.
It's just the will to fight for possession and to get away from the defender. And that's frustration also at the same time for the strikers. And Genevieve Saiko dishing it out on that occasion, penalized for his action.
So Foray leaves it for Jenny. Jenny will launch a long throw into the penalty area. Referee says, hold on, come back to the right spot. Surely the sting's gone out of this one. Haven't had much to tell you about the second spell. Apart from that, whereby teams have just tried to get the ball away from the dangerous areas. Cycle back defending. Benches look on. And Jenny to get us going again. Foray delivers. It's Moana, the skipper. He loses possession, unfortunately for Albert. It goes out. Colombani hasn't had a shot as yet that we know him for, and he trying to get into the game since he came on as a first half replacement. In the meantime, Tahiti Foray tries fancy play. It works out for him. Jersey being pulled, picked up well by the referee. A free kick to Tahiti right in front of the Caledonian bench. So, Tahiti What can they do? Got Jenny. Sigui, they get into the area. Not working again. Tahiti. The Caledonia tightened the defense. This time, it's got a lot of room. Albert moves away from the Tahitian. Good ball into the area. Penalty call straight out. That was a great piece of play by the Caledonia. And the orchestrator was Albert. And Cadusto, the guilty party, taking down Jean-Yves Psycho in the penalty area.
While it all started deep inside the New Caledonian half, and Nolhan Albert, he took on the Tahitian defense on his own. Lovely through ball that time. And Jean-Yves Psycho, he has been a threat to the Tahitian defense. Time and again, he's managed to break away. Time and again, he's managed to get away, to find some space. And Albert, very good work. And on any day, Psycho would have got away from the last line of defense and had a crack at goal. Denied. And now, the chance for New Caledonia from the direct spot kick.
The skipper has taken it upon himself. When it matters the most, this man steps up for New Caledonia. Joseph Nesseline. That's on the edge of the penalty area. That's where all the players need to stand as the penalty is taken. While it is being taken, you could see the faces and the hands, and the faces into the hands of the Tahitian players as the foul is committed. What can Bashir do? What's going on through Nesseline's mind right now? He knows. Into the 61st minute. He's got a chance to put his nation up. Drives, well saved. Goalkeeper Bashir using all his experience. No, the referee has said to retake the penalty. Yeah. Calvin Berg has picked up an infringement at the end of the penalty area. And is ordered to take.
Well, you know, we've seen goalkeepers star at the World Cup. And this time, that's what I was prepared to say. Goalkeepers day in semi-final section. Second bite at the cherry for the captain of New Caledonia. Ken Hagen Klodik Boucher do it for the second time and save his country.
Celine, this time, second chance. Drive second time of asking, but again, what a save. Boucher. Oh, look at that celebration. The smiles telling the story. I believe it was Psycho who followed it up.
The strike was good, but the goalkeeper read that well. And then he got up again to save the second shot that came through from the rebound. Great goalkeeping. That's experience, that's class.
Well, Tahiti thrown a lifeline. It's Upa who followed it up and saved by Boucher. Remains at one apiece. I would have thought this man was going to step up, but the captain took it upon himself. Messeline, 2 times of asking and failed. Bashir was the stone wall.
How will that inspire Tahiti now? Because your goalkeeper plays well, he stops a penalty. It can certainly get the rest of the boys all fired up. And that could mean well for Tahiti. Or will New Caledonia recover and come back at Tahiti and make them pay for the second time? Who knows? It's high drama in this one. This one is living up to the billing of a great clash, another great clash between Tahiti and New Caledonia in this semi-final match. It's all to play for a place on that plane trip to Peru.
Well, we've seen more fouls coming in as the game's gone on the second spell. Calvin Berg lays down the instructions where it's supposed to be taken from. Segui and Jenny, can they create a magic here? Colombani was the one who was fouled. Segui. Defense stands firm for New Caledonia, cleared away. Itimoana, calm under pressure. Again, steps in the skipper. Jenny's pass is not good. Psycho trying to battle. Jenny makes up for that. Itimoana at the back. We played to the hero for the moment, Bashir. As the clock counts down towards that 90th minute mark, and should the scoreline remain, teams will have to start reassessing. But in the meantime, Tahiti get a chance to launch some space here. Foray easily goes down. Wasn't a penalty. Calvin Berg was never going to give a spot kick for that. Covered well. Upa. It's well. As New Caledonia get going once again. Pump a long ball up front, the shadow of the grandstand now coming onto the pitch. Those players playing on this flank will be absolutely delighted with that, including Jenny, who's on this left. Just those final balls not working for Tahiti. Hands on the hips to Segui, thinking what's next. Zeta. Free kick. So Medic's been called onto the pitch. This was the foul on Foray by Jean-Yves Psycho. And Tahiti get another chance to deliver into the dangerous area, dangerous territory. The territory that matters the most, the penalty area. And can they create something? It's again the number 13 and 14, Segui and Jenny. Into the 67th minute. They're working something out. They've had a quick powwow, and now Segui. There's only 3 Tahitians up front. There's too many red and grey shirts. Oh, penalty, or rather free kick to give away at the wrong place. There's nothing. New Caledonia was headed away. Anthony Levy, the culprit, on Tutuan element. Again, those two, Segui and Jenny, get a chance to deliver, this time from the right. There's only 4 players. This time there's 4 players up front, or 5 now, for Tahiti. Delivered into the penalty area again. the Nickeldonian defense keeps steady as they've been through in this game. Nickelodonia, the skipper, will have to get the penalty miss out of his mind and try and get his team going. Jean-Philippe Augustine was there, lost it this time. Tahiti, Foray tries to play a ball over the top, doesn't work. Nickelodonia. Colombani, 3 players close him down. Upa, one possession. Element plays it over the top. Psycho. You can tell the momentum picking up as the time keeps on going on a clock. 69th minute. 20 odd minutes left plus added time. Diko. Cut out by Tahiti. Again, Diko. Nickelodonia. Sinas gives away a free kick. This time, Tahiti, the guilty party. Nickelodonia to launch. A throw in, says Kelvin Berg. Ball had trickled out of play. The time's trickling away. They need to start looking at what to do. Do they look at the bench? Do they look at maybe holding it out and going in extra time, etc.?
Well, it's all about who wants it more. That's what it'll come down to with 20 minutes to play. Certainly, when you look at the bench, you've got New Caledonia with the likes of Ronald Nganyan. He has been good. David Kama, Simonue, Sipan Kaes, Iwatro Muin, Yazid Enzo Wajoka. They've all had some good say. They are goal scorers for New Caledonia on the bench. Nganyan, Kama, Uwe, Kaes with 2, and Muin's also got 1. So New Caledonia probably has the depth on the bench. What Leonardo Lopez will do, we'll probably know in a short while. He's got a couple of boys warming up at the back of the goal mouth, so he's probably looking at changes very soon. On the other hand, if you look at Tahiti, they've got Tuari Rota and also Martin, Lecout and Tama on the bench. So they've also had some good outings in the OFC U-17 Championship group play and quarterfinal. But I think the bench favors New Caledonia at the moment on paper. How Lopez will use that might become very crucial.
So New Caledonia, chance here maybe. Yes, the ball comes to them. This chance finished off. What a save for sure. Well, Upa should have done better, but Boucher has come to life in the second spell.
That was an opportunity that time. Wonderful float. The defender couldn't meet up to that. The bounce beat him, and Upa, well, he tried to tow that ball to that far post corner. But once again, this goalkeeper, he has been playing out of his skin today. And that's another one that he will remember for the rest of his life if Tahiti makes it through from this one.
As Tahiti now make a substitution. Anthony Levy goes off, and Terry Tau Matatini. Martin comes on. Juan Bilal is off, and Martin is on for Tahiti. Fresh pace of legs up in the midfield for Tahiti. Those chances missed by Nickelodonia, will it come back? to haunt them. They've had one penalty, twice taken, missed. They've had a chance again, missed. And it's all down to Boucher, the goalkeeper for Tahiti. Mr. Power not there, trying to look for Upa. Tahiti now. Great defending by Henier. Replacement, Ate. Jenny to launch. Corner kick gain. Tahiti. Foray. Foray delivers. Can Tahiti get on the end of it? No, they can't. And they will not, definitely with that shot. As we head into the 75th minute mark, it's a cooling break called. Both teams still tied. Caledonia 1, Tahiti 1. Tahitian players know that their goalkeeper is not in the picture. Boucher has kept them in the game. Those boys know perhaps they've just missed the chances to be up by 2 or even 3 goals. But still time to go in this one, regulation time. Segui in picture. That water break, cooling himself down, should be able to help him and the team. Back again in the second spell, into the last 15 or so minutes. Both teams tied 1 apiece. Can one of these two teams find the winner that will send them to the World Cup in Peru, or will they need to play additional time to get a desired result? Foray has had a quiet game today compared to his standards we've seen in this tournament. Sportsmanship shown there by Tahiti, giving it back to Newcal. Newcal get ready to launch again. This is no Tahiti ball. Shani trying to look for the new man. Mateos proving to be a thorn already in this New Caledonian defense as he wins another corner kick. Foray to deliver. This time the New Caledonians bring everyone back once again into their penalty area. All 11 back defending. And Foray to deliver left footer. Can he find his man? Delivers. Coming was Siti Moana, the skipper. But New Caledonia get the better of it. Well, we've seen a few of those in this tournament. Again, Foray. He tries to work his way through. He gets down. It's a free kick. But, the Caledonian player down, injured. It is Waiko. Tahiti. Oliva. It'll be Cadusto to do the honors. Referee says no. Talks to the players in the penalty area, tells them to cut it out. It's Colombani and Hanier. Again, Cadusto, take two. Cadusto launches it into the penalty area. Again, the Caledonian defense are there to clear it away. Well, we've got 10 or so minutes remaining in regulation time. Both teams tied, one apiece. Caledonia 1, Tahiti 1.
Substitution for New Caledonia. Player 18, Jean-Philippe, replaced by player 17, Simon Kaiser.
Isaac comes on. And Jean-Philippe Augustine goes off. Has had a quiet afternoon, Jean-Philippe, compared to his quarterfinal outing.
This man on now, Sipan Kaes. He had a good outing against American Samoa in that final group game in Bar, which New Caledonia needed to win to qualify. And when he came on from the bench, he scored 2 goals. So let's see if he can prove any difference over here for New Caledonia.
Well, New Caledonia. Yes, Satish was talking about the replacement player. He was almost through. New Caledonia launched another one deep into the Tahitian area. Tahiti deal with it well. And then they come out attack. Oh, just not taken by that new man up front for Tahiti. But again, Juleman set it up well for him. Juleman was the orchestrator and creator for that. Into the 83rd minute and counting down to that 90th minute mark. Remember, should the teams be tied at this score line, we will have extra time. And should there be no winners there, we'll go into the penalty kicks to decide the first qualifier for the Under-17 World Cup. Long afternoon. Tahiti holding on after that slow start they had. It was all Caledonia. But it seems like a long time ago that we saw Caledonia dominate. Now they're more evenly matched. Tahiti perhaps a little bit better in the second spell than the Caledonians, who have had penalties missed. They've had one-on-one chances missed. There's the skipper who missed the penalty twice, took it twice and missed it both times. Bashir saving it from Tahiti, the goalkeeper. In the meantime, Jenny. Caledonia thump it out of play once again. Foul there by Saiko and Sigui. This time the skipper gets brought down. The first yellow card to Foray for bringing down Aseline. Put it away, and Foray coming straight through. Kenan Foray with the yellow card.
Yellow card for Tahiti's number 19, Kenan Foray.
Ball there. The flag's gone up. Yarashinin says an offside position by Caledonia. Tahiti now the last 4 minutes or so to get the winner. Can either one of these two teams do that? Tahiti create some space on that right flank. He chested it down, but it was just too much for him to get back. Sugui sees it out. Tahiti to defend more as Caledonia to launch. Skipper this time gets a yellow card. Caledonia get a free kick in a handy position. Saiko is coming through as Hiti Moana. So card to his name, picking one for the team. In the meantime, Levy and Alabet are trying to conjure up something that might work in the dying stages for Caledonia. One free kick's already worked for them early in the first half with that goal. Can Albert come up with something else now? Both measuring it up. Levy and Albert. Leaves it for Levy. Goes out to the far side. Doesn't meet Waiko. The end of it. Didn't hit the target. As Tahiti make the triple substitution. the first of the changes.
Substitution for Tahiti.
Colombani is pulled off once again. When he came in as a replacement, now he's gone off. And also Jenny is gone. So, Tahiti, can the triple change bring them some luck? Skipper for Caledonia plays it over the top, trying to look for something going for his team. Referee says nothing's wrong with that, play on the court. But then Caledonia get it back, push in the back it looked like for the skipper, and he comes in. Harsh challenge. Pick up a card.
Well, one thing that needs to be confirmed, if there will be extra time, because I think at this level they go straight to penalty kicks, and that's something that will be confirmed in a few minutes with the added time to be played. And this semi-final clash has lived up to its billing. Great clash. Wonderful football. Dreaded penalty kicks might just be the one to settle it.
Well, if someone was following up on that, could have had the touch. It was Thomas cross for Tahiti, but again, Caledonia get it away. We're playing 6 minutes of added time minimum in this one. Tahitians and the Caledonians, as always. This time, Caledonia with a change. The takeoff Waeko. Perhaps they're looking at penalties. Simon Ue comes on. They're looking at maybe the strong penalty takers. So, Caledonia launch it up front. Looking for something, not working there, Albert. If in penalties, the skipper might get another chance, for sure. Will be the key man for Tahiti. And he'll be the goalkeeper. Yeah, just been confirmed by OFC, so if it's a draw, they'll take the penalties straight away. Oh, 4 minutes of added time minimum remains in this one. Boucher was out of his area, collects it. He gets Tahiti going. Can one of these two teams find a winner? After this, remember, it's Fiji versus New Zealand in the second semi-final. A lot of talk is to can Fiji put up a show, just like Vanuatu did the other night as the flag goes up for a offside. And that will be another exciting encounter, as the crowd has definitely built in the grandstand for that 7 p.m. local time kickoff. And those who have come in early perhaps will get an entertainment from this one, whereby they go to the penalty kicks. launching it into the penalty area. Tahiti. Good working, Caledonia. Albert. Can he create something? Sprint down. Caledonia get us going again. They'll thump this into the penalty area. Boucher is going to watch it go out for a goal kick. Into the 94th minute we go. Still nothing much separating the two teams on the scoreboard and on the pitch. Tahiti, perhaps the last opportunity to try and create something onto that right flank. But the Caledonian defense is right there. Upa. Tituman Gulman was trying, he's still trying, wins it back. Tahiti just the control, letting them down. Caledonia gather possession once again. Cuneo at the time was the guilty party. Improper throw, infringement, possession back with Caledonia. Now, what can Caledonia do to try and outmaneuver Agan Claude Boucher, the goalkeeper for Tahiti? And what will Tinian do to try and counter and see his team through? If that happens, Caledonia commit a foul, rather free kick to Tahiti. They push everybody into the, well, majority of the players into the Caledonian penalty area. Caledonia fall back, all the players. Sigui pumps it into the penalty area. It will be a corner kick. It's a corner kick for Tama. He delivers into the penalty area. A chance here for Tahiti, perhaps. No. Maxinas, and as he does that, it's full time, well, at the end of regulation time, and both teams tied at 1 apiece. And it is Caledonia 1, Tahiti 1. Now, it's time for the players to step up for the penalty kicks. And it will take a lot for this young brigade, young players, you know, to put the pressure away from them and net from the penalty spot. There's the first of the goals in this game. It came in the 14th minute, and Albert has been credited with that. And then this man, who no one should ever count out, Tituman Gulman, in the 30th minute, made it 1-1. So Gilliman made it 1-1 in the 30th minute. It was celebrations all around. This man has got his 10 over the top ball and the header back. And then this, and this through Paul from Albert, and cannot go again. Great run by this man. He's proven his worth in this way, but in step Cadusto, step the keeper rather. But taking, and then a second time of asking. Brilliant from Bashir. So now the two captains meeting with the referee Calvin Berg. So they will decide who will take the first one, the southern side of the HFC Bank Stadium to the right of our screen, where the will be taken. There you go. So, looks like Caledonia has won the toss. They'll decide what they want to do.
First to second. Second. You kick second, you kick first.
So,
Okay?
Tahiti
Well done.
will from the penalty kicks. Decided. We go to the right of our screen. That's where the action will take place. The match officials making their right. This will hear on their dream coming true. The player of the match. Whose dream will remain? Whose dream will be shattered? Who will have that peaceful sleep tonight, knowing they're on the plane to Peru in November? And Bashir will hold the key for Tahiti, in my belief, the goalkeeper, the two goalkeepers, Yen and Bashir. And reminding you again, after this, we'll bring you the Fiji versus New Zealand match. That's the second semi-final. See the Tahitian players making their way into, or onto the field rather, onto the middle where they will be. That's the man, Bashir, who will and holds the key for Tahiti. Again, Claudia Bashir out of the Parade 13 Atletico Club. French-born. Bashir is asking for the ball. The Caledonians make their way on. Tahiti will take the first kick. And it will be Eden Cadusto. Ken Cadusto started off on a high note for Tahiti, knowing very well they've got a great goalkeeper, for sure. So, Cadusto up against Yen. Cadusto runs up. Save! It is the goalkeeper's day. Look at him, he's pumped. He knows. Now, that's a long walk back to the center mark where your team is. Cadusto missing the first penalty. Up comes Wadria Hanier, the central defender. And then he's up against Agan Claudia Boucher. What can Wadria Hanier do for Caledonia? Final instructions from Calvin Berg. Oh, the pressure on these youngsters. Remember, some are only 15, heading to the age of 15, 16 years old. But they're already handling pressure like professional footballers do. Hanye has sent it down to the Silver Point beachfront behind that goalpost. So, a miss itch. Bashir didn't have to do much. He's disappointed. Of course, tears automatically. The dreams of the Under-17 World Cup. Tituan Gilliman is next up. Can Tituan Gilliman get us the first of the goals in the penalty shootout? Claude. Tionian. Oh, great penalty. Tituan Gilliman. Gilliman has shown us right throughout this tournament what he's made of. So, Tahiti. And taking his third shot from the penalty spot, or no, it's not him, it's the captain. He's going to take it later, I believe, but this is the other outstanding player for Caledonia, Alan Albert. So Albert needs to score. Bashir will be thinking, if I can stop this, oh, we are getting close. Berg gives the signal. Albert, oh, goalkeeper went the right way. 1-1. Powerful drive. Looks at his goalkeeper and says he can do it. It's 1-1 now from the penalty spot. Baxinas, number 17. Can Baxinas make it 2 for Tahiti? Baxinas looks at the goalkeeper. Tionian. He's a defender. What can he do? He sends it right past the goalkeeper. Well taken penalty, Baxinas. (2-1) Tahiti. Gregory Diko. Time for Gregory Diko to get so Gregory Diko, can he level things up? Remember, both teams missed their first shot at target on the attempt, and now Tahiti scored 2, Caledonia 1, and Gregory Diko steps up, left footer, easy, well taken penalty. 2-2. He just rolled it past. For sure. So Hikotini Tamari. 4th kick for Caledonia, for Tahiti rather. Tamari. He gets the signal. Right footer. Oh, saved! Tionian. Chest pump there. Tears in front of us. Can Bashir repeat his heroics? Well, he looks calm, he looks relaxed. He looks like, what pressure? Jean-Yves Psycho. Jean-Yves Psycho against Bashir. Psycho steps up. Oh, Bashir just said rooted at his sport. Now, the pressure is on Tahiti. They need to score this, because if they don't, Caledonia is catching the flight to Peru. The dreams of a nation lies with this man. The dreams of Tahiti depends on this kick. Perhaps the dreams of Caledonia rest on that man. Hiti Moana, the skipper, comes up, sends it right away over the post, over the crossbar, and guess what? New Caledonia are heading off to Peru for the FIFA Under-17 World Cup final. Oh. 3-2 on penalties, 4-3 in total. But that's the celebration. Those kids are going off to Peru. The Tahitians are all buried with their faces in the ground. Perhaps you can get a shot of them as well. There they are. That's a sad sight. They gave it their all. The penalties are the most dreadful things for any footballer to undertake. Tears, that's going to take a lot out of these players. We say congratulations to Caledonia, commiserations to Tahiti. But Caledonia will be one of the representatives of the Oceania Football Confederation at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup in Peru. The script was written a long time ago. We'll soon be talking to the coaches. It's the hardest interview you can give if you're on the losing side. But when you're on the winning side, you have a lot to say. It's going to be a real long night for those youngsters. It's going to be a long plane ride back home. In the meantime, for these guys, now preparation starts for the World Cup. Well, just before that, they have a final to play on Saturday. That last penalty from Hitimoana Teora, a skipper. Way over the crossbar. So the two Francophone teams meet each other. There's the two coaches, great sportsmanship. We're still trying to find out who is the player of the match. We haven't been told that as yet. So we've been just getting confirmation now. It's Bashir, the goalkeeper for Tahiti. So Tahiti's Agan Claudier Bashir is the man of the match. But unfortunately, his dream for a World Cup is over. And the dream for Tahiti is over. And we have got Ryrie Colin, the Tahitian coach, on the sidelines.
Tough game, unlucky. You must be very disappointed.
Ouais, très déçu du résultat. Après, ça s'est joué au tir au but. Les joueurs n'ont pas démérité. Voilà. On a fait un beau parcours. Dommage, ça s'arrête là. Féliciter la Nouvelle-Calédonie, l'équipe qui a bien joué, qui a une très bonne équipe. Très bonne équipe.
Well, we've got the player of the match, and that is the Tahitian goalkeeper, Boucher, and the coach, Riari, will now make the presentation to the goalkeeper. Player of the match, you must be disappointed. It was a tough game.
You speak in French if you want.
In français, le match, reaction? Oui.
Ok. C'était un très beau match de la part des deux équipes. Hein. On a vu que la Nouvelle-Calédonie était présente, nous aussi, mais ils ont été meilleurs que nous.
Et les émotions pour les...
Oui. Les pénaltys dans le match, j'ai eu peur aussi, mais j'ai eu autant peur pour les pénaltys qui ont suivi après.
Et pour tout, les magnifiques
Pénalty.
Oui, l'émotion pour
Ouais. Toute mon équipe était très contente, ça s'est vu, et moi aussi vraiment, j'étais content d'arrêter un penalty à l'OFC comme ça pour une qualification à la Coupe du Monde, c'est incroyable vraiment.
Congratulations, merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
We've got the winning coach, New Caledonia's winning coach, Leonardo Lopez. You must be over the moon, you must be happy.
Yes, we are very happy. We are very proud of the players, of the young players of New Caledonia, and of the team of Tahiti, who play very good football. And today the football is very big because two teams try to play true football, and we are very proud like this. And of course, we are very happy because we win this match, and we are qualified for the Mondial. And but this victory is for the team, for the wonderful staff, the Federation of Caledonia, who make confiance to me and the staff. And thank you for all, and thank you the players. And now celebrate with a lot of humility, and try to play this final. So thank you for all, and thank you football for this emotion.
You are in the final. You are going to Peru for the FIFA Under-17 World Cup, but in the final, next game, New Zealand, Fiji. What do you think of that game?
There must be a big game with a big team of Fiji and a very good team of New Zealand who play very well football. And there will be a very good match. So it's 50-50. And we will watch the match in the stadium. So we are very happy. And we will go in Peru, so I like to say hola mama, hola ma papa. Gracias.
Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Well, they are the two teams as they wrap it all up. Well, the campaign of New Caledonia continues on Saturday with the final. Tahiti will be back to play in the third and fourth place playoff, but New Caledonia off to the World Cup. And this is how they did it here tonight. Flags flying. It is the game. Tahiti versus New Caledonia. The first semi-final, OFC Under-17 Championship. Supporters in the stands. The anthems, the passion, the dreams of nations. Two nations, and this is the first one. New Caledonia getting a chance. Should have done better there. Was Jean-Philippe Angestine. He failed, and then this is the goal. They all thought that it was going to be taken by Levy, but it was the number 10, Nohan Albert. There's no touch, so Nohan Albert has been credited for that goal that took Tahiti up to 1-0. Next up, this man stepped up. Tituman Gilman. You can't count Tahiti out when he's around. And this over-the-top ball by Hitimoana. One bounce, the header backwards by Hanian. Gifted Tituman Gilman with that goal. There's a good high ball over the top. Hanian with a back flick header. And the goal coming from that man who's been impressive in this tournament so far. 1-1, it went into half-time. And celebrations all around. Caledonia had a chance in the second half. He flicked away. It was Psycho, saved well by Boucher. And then Tahiti with a corner. They had a chance driving and testing for air. And this run, great run by Albert. He played it through ball to Psycho. And in came the defender, Kudusto. First penalty was taken and saved. The second shot taken. And then the follow-up was also saved. It was Upa's follow-up. Well done by Boucher. And Albert again in the thick of things, played the ball over the top. Upa with a chance. Should have finished this off at that time. Tried to toe poke it in, but Boucher gathered it well. Then they added up the penalty, and this is the penalty miss by Tahiti that has sent Caledonia to the FIFA Under-17 World Cup semi-final, World Cup finals, and into the finals of the OFC here tonight. So that's how it ended. 11 shots on target by Caledonia. That's 29 fouls in total, a couple of yellow cards to tell you about. The one on top, the total final score, is the one that matters the most for Caledonia. Caledonia 4, Tahiti 3. Caledonia is off to Peru. Tahiti will have more plenty to. Next up, Fiji, New Zealand. And we're back for that one. In the meantime, very good afternoon.